All right, Brett Okamoto from ESPN alongside UFC President Dana White. And Dana, a couple days ago, we stood at your headquarters and you said UFC 249 is a go. We had a full fight card. You wouldn't tell us where the location was, but you said it was going to be on ESPN. What is the status of UFC 249 2 days later?
So, I told you this whole thing has been a battle since day one. We've been fighting nonstop all day and all night since this pandemic started to put on this event on April 18th. And today we got a call from the highest level you can go at Disney and the highest level of ESPN. And one thing that I've said since we started our relationship and partnership with ESPN, that it's been an incredible one. It's been an amazing partnership. ESPN has been very, very good to us, and the powers that be there asked me to stand down and not do this event next Saturday. And we're ready to go. And one thing that I need to point out is that Tachi Palace in California, the Indian Reservation, has had our back this whole time, has stood their ground, and was willing to do this fight. And let me tell you this, when the world gets back to normal, the California event will be at Tachi Palace. I'm doing a fight there. I'm going to bring them a big fight, and I appreciate them standing with me in this thing. And I want one other thing I want to really point out is all of my fighters that are under contract with me, I want them to feel safe, take time with your families, and enjoy this time. Don't worry about the financial part of this. You're going to get the fights on your contract, and I'm going to make things, right with the people who are willing to step up and fight this weekend. Not this weekend, but next weekend on April 18th. And I'm going to take care of as many people as I possibly can and do whatever it takes to make these guys all feel comfortable. All of my employees, nobody's getting laid off at the UFC. Everybody's good. We will be the first sport back. Fight Island is real. It's a real thing. The infrastructure is being built right now. Yeah. And that's really going to happen. And it will be on ESPN. I don't know. That's it. That's where we stand right now.
I've known you for a long time, and I've covered you in this sport, and I know how hard you and your company worked to make April 18th happen. When you got that phone call saying that, hey, we need you to stand down, how does Dana White react to something like that?
Listen, I do what I say I'm going to do. If I tell you I'm going to do something, I do it, and we get it done. When I got the call, and these are people that I'm partners with, people whom I have a lot of respect with, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to say yes. I obviously care a lot about, like I said, the fighters, my staff, and the fans. The fans, by the way, the fans have been amazing. The people that have reached out to me, from celebrities to fans to friends and family and whoever it might be, the support has been unbelievable, and I appreciate the support very much. It's been incredible. And my staff. My staff is, that's why I fought so hard in making sure that I'm not laying anybody off. My staff is world-class, the best. So it's all good. We're going to get through this, and we'll be the first ones back. Fight Island's coming, all the good stuff. It's coming, man. We'll get this thing squared away and get a date from ESPN, and we'll be back first, and we'll get these fights going that everybody wants to see.
What ultimately do you think was the piece of it that broke it? Because there were a lot of concerns going in, and I know that you guys were doing everything you could to address every concern. Why ultimately could this thing not go on?
First of all, health and safety is all we care about. It's number one for the UFC. It has been for 20 years, long before the coronavirus popped up. Number two, we figure out solutions. We figure out how to make things work, how to make it safe, how to make it happen. That's why we're the biggest and the best in the world. We pull off things that other people can't. Everybody said that I couldn't do this. Everybody said that I couldn't do this. Yeah. I can do this. I can go next Saturday. And if anything ever happened in California where I couldn't, I have another place right now with an athletic commission, and the governor and everybody's behind it. I can go April 18th. Let's make that clear. But I don't crack to pressure. When people start coming after me, people have been coming after me for 20 years. I'm used to it. And I don't care. I don't care what people think. People don't know, what we do here, and they don't even try to know. You know, you saw this article that came out yesterday where this guy's talking about the health and safety in the hospitals and all that. It's all lies. It's not true. What this guy wrote in the New York Times isn't true. Not fact at all. But these are the type of things that, you know, and there's been tons of stories. And you're going to have these people that have these opinions. You know, some people are on this side, some people are on that side. I don't crack to that stuff. But doesn't mean that other people won't crack to it. I don't, you know, and I could still go Saturday. I could go do this event. You know, I'm sure ESPN, if they would let me do it on Fight Pass, but ESPN doesn't want me to do it. They're my partners. They've been nothing but amazing to me. I mean, before this even happened, all you heard me talk about this entire last year was how amazing ESPN is, how smart these guys are, how well everything's been done since we've been here. They want me to not go, then I won't go. But I'm going to make sure that everybody's taken care of, from my fighters to my employees, and you know, everybody's good here. You know, we're living in very uncertain times right now. A lot of people are worried about how long does this last? Where am I going to have a job? When are they going to start laying people off here and there? Nobody's getting laid off here. My fighters will get every fight that they're supposed to get this year. Everybody's going to get paid, and all of my employees are taken care of too. So as long as that stuff's good, you know, I'm good. And I know the fans are chomping at the bit for some, you know, for some fights to come back. I promise them I will be first, and I will be back very soon.
Is there any kind of, and I'm sure it's not concrete, but is there any kind of information you can give the people out there of what is the time frame? I mean, you say you'll be first. Well, what kind of time frame is possible, do you think?
I can go next week.
I can ESPN didn't indicate. They just said that they don't want to do it.
I can go next week. So whenever my partner gives me the thumbs up that they're ready to go, I'm ready to go.
I know throughout this entire process, you were telling your fighters, continue to train, because we're going to get you fights, continue to train. What are you telling your fighters in terms of, I know you said, enjoy this time off.
So obviously we need to go back and you know, figure out how we're going to handle this whole thing now. I was planning on being back on schedule April 18th, you know. Well, April 18th, I was going to be back putting on fights, and we'd be back on schedule by the end of May. Right? So now I got to figure it out. You know, people just need to, listen, stay in shape and do the best you can. And we need to figure out what's next and how we're going to play our next hand.
Forget for a minute when any of your partners want to pick this back up. When will Fight Island actually be in a position where they can host events? Well,
that's happened. See, that's why I'm telling all of my guys not to worry, because Fight Island's going to happen. It's obviously still being, you know, all the infrastructure is being built right now and getting put in place. As we get closer to that, then I'll start figuring out booking fights, getting guys ready. Plus, I can ship guys over there earlier, and they can start training over there on the island. So once that's all in place, you know, you're looking at like a month. A month, I'll have that all put together, and guys can start training and can go there. I'm sure people are going to be ready to get out of their houses in another month and, you know, go to an island somewhere and train. And so that's all coming together. It's all going to happen. I could go next week, but you know, this is what it is, and I'll see you in a month.
Just out of curiosity, one last thing that I have to ask about this Fight Island. Can you tell me just when was it birthed? Who came up with it? What was the conversation like? Because a lot of people obviously they hear the word Fight Island and they have a lot of curiosity about it.
Yeah.
How did this idea come up?
So what happened was, if you put me in a box where telling me we can't, I don't believe that anything can't be done. Everything can be done under any type of circumstances. You just need to figure out how to get it done. And that has always been my mentality. So if we got a place set up here in the United States and we were just running fights out of the US with no international, this is a global business that we have here. We keep running just US fights, we'll smoke all the talent before we even get back to normal and you know, the US talent. So we have to run both international and local fights. So we got the local fights figured out. How do we run international? So Ari and I came up with the island.
Well, I thank you for the time. I know it's a disappointing time for you and your staff, but you know, I'm sure you guys will continue to do everything you can to get fights back as soon as possible. Huh?
No, we are. Listen, this date was my goal to get this thing April 18th. We did it. We did it. We got it done. This fight can't happen. So I you know, it is what it is.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.